I'm Kayla Volturno. I was once the girl in the red house, and now I'm the woman living beyond it. I spent years climbing out of the darkness, and now I'm reaching back to help you do the same. This podcast is about the messy, honest work of breaking cycles, taking your voice back, and building a life that's truly yours. Whether you're in the early days of your healing, years into it, or ready to write your own story, you belong here. This is Beyond the Red House. Welcome back to Beyond the Red House. I noticed something. A lot of you are stuck in the deep part of your trauma. And I want you to know there's no judgment here. It took me until I was about 30 to start understanding what was happening in my brain, in my body, to understand why I was shutting down, why the negative thoughts felt like they were winning. I will never, ever say that I'm perfect, because I'm not, but I want to be the one who helps you feel less alone. So in this episode, this is me reaching my arm out, giving you a hand, helping you feel better in your own mind. Here's the thing. I talk a lot, I know, about writing your story, because that is what I'm passionate about getting it off of your chest and how much it helps. But I haven't talked enough about the fear that comes with that. It is so easy for me to stand here and say, just write it, you'll feel better. But the truth is, I was also scared for a long time too. I had all the fears you probably have as well. What will my family say? Will I be disowned? What if they find out? What if they read it? Those thoughts kept me up at night. So I want to say this clearly. Not everyone can just put their story out there. That's okay. Some people use pen names so their families never know it's them. Some people write their story and never publish it. They write it just for themselves, and that is valid. But here's what I've learned. The act of writing is what freed me from the parts of my trauma, not publishing it. The publishing was for me. It was my way of telling my inner child that her story mattered, that she mattered, that it was okay now to be brave. I did that for no one else but myself. And honestly, that was the first time I ever did anything just for me. So the number one thing I hear people say is, I want to write my story, but I'm scared. And I get it. I really do. Because when I started writing, I didn't have any intention of publishing it. Truly, I didn't even know self-publishing was a thing. I kept trying to write it because I knew that writing has always made me personally feel better. Talking about the past has never helped me move forward. Talking with other people, it didn't work. But writing it, that made me put more thought into my words. It made me analyze situations differently. It gave me clarity in a way I never knew I could get. So here's what I want you to know. You don't have to publish your story for it to heal you. You don't even have to share it with the world. You don't even have to show it to another person at all. You could just write it, just for you, and that's enough. And that's why I did finish my memoir, not because I want everyone to be published authors. It's because I know how much writing helped me, and I want that for you too. And inside the program, there's even a whole lesson on the different ways you could take your story at the end. You could publish it traditionally, do what I did and self-publish, or you could do something called community publishing or limited publishing. That is, only a select group of people you choose can see it. Or you can just keep your story in your Google Docs. It lives there forever, just for you. It's not publishing that is what helps. It's the act of writing the story is the most important part. What you do with it after, that is all about what you're comfortable with. Not everyone's at a place where they could publish their story, and that is absolutely okay. So if you've been holding back because you're scared of what happens after you write it, let that go. You get to decide what happens. You're in control. You could write it, keep it private. You could write it, show it to your best friend. You could write it and publish it to the world. Or, very therapeutic, you could write it and then burn it right after. Obviously, please don't burn your computer. Just print it, then burn the paper. Thank you. I just have to add that in just in case. All of those things are valid. All of those can be healing. The power is not in the publishing. It's in the writing. I never want anyone to think that I am sitting here pushing everybody to put out your story. Because honestly, I almost didn't publish mine. I felt so much better writing it that I was like, okay, I finally finished it after 10 years. Should I leave it here in my Google Docs or should I actually do this? And I went back and forth for a while. And I was so scared because once I published it, I knew I had to tell everyone, hey, guess what I've been doing for the last 10 years? And you might not like what I'm about to put out. And that was really hard. But if you just want to write it for you, that is okay too. No one has to tell you that if you're writing something, you have to put it out. That's just like if you took a picture, right? You take a picture on your phone. Do you post every single picture that you take in your life? Probably not, right? So it's just like that. You write it, you can keep it. You write it, you publish it. It is what it is. It is what you want. You're in control over your own life, your own path. That is the most amazing part about healing, right? We're no longer controlled by the people that hurt us. You're controlling your own life. And I never want anyone to feel as if they're not in control of their own story. And that is why I am constantly saying, write it, write it, write it. Not because I want you to all be published authors, because not everyone needs to be a published author. I tell everyone to do it because I know for a fact that it worked. If you feel as if talk therapy works for you, amazing. I love it. I just want everyone to find some way of healing their trauma that doesn't involve pushing it all down and waiting till you explode. And you may say, well, I'm not going to explode. Okay, been there, done that. I did explode. Multiple times. When you push things down for so long, it always comes back to the surface. And that is why I say, if you don't want anyone else to know about what happened, if you don't want a therapist to know, you don't want anyone to know, writing is the most private and the most, it is the way you control it the most. So, whatever you want to do, I want you to do what's best for you, ultimately. If it's not writing, that's okay. I have never been a person that's going to be pushy because I have a program you need to write. No, I will never do that. If writing is not for you, it's not for you. I just want everyone to feel better and to have control over their own lives. Thank you for listening to Beyond the Red House. Keep building beyond whatever tried to break you at your own pace in your own way. If you found this episode to be valuable, here are 3 ways that I can support you. first, I have just launched the Beyond the Red House community. It's a safe space for trauma survivors navigating healing, no contact, and breaking cycles. It is $5 a month, and lurking is totally allowed. You don't have to post to belong. I will put all the links in the show notes. And second, I have the unsent letter template that's absolutely free that you can download. It's the same 5-part structure I used to write hundreds of healing letters throughout the 10 years. And of course, if you want to read my full story, check out my memoir, I Was Once the Girl in the Red House. It is available on Amazon. And if you are ready to write your own memoir, if you want to turn those pages of scattered journal notes everywhere into a finished book, Finish My Memoir 90-Day Program for Trauma Survivors gives you the structure and safety I used to complete my memoir script. I used to complete my manuscript. And this is in 90 days, not 10 years like I did. And if you have any questions, you could learn more. I have all the links, but I also have a clarity email. It's absolutely free where there's a few questions for you to fill out if you just need a little bit more info about the program. And I will see you next week. Take care of yourself.